So many couples will come in saying, well, that's not what I meant to say. You aren't understanding what my intentions were when I said that. And here is the thing, is that you can have very good intentions and still hurt your partner. Relationships actually improve when we pay attention to the impact that we have on our partner and not just the intention that we had when we said something. Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Polinsky, and you're about to start communicating more clearly and feeling more connected in your relationships with this podcast. As a marriage and family therapist, I help people change relationship patterns that feel automatic, those reactions that just kick in before you even realize that they're happening. And for over 10 years, I've worked with people who do hard things for a living, and yet they still feel stuck when it comes to connection in their relationships. This podcast isn't about scripts or formulas or doing relationships the right way. Instead, it's about slowing down reactive moments, understanding what's underneath them, and helping relationships feel more like a team again. So if you want things to feel better, to feel calmer, steadier, and more at ease in your closest relationships, then this podcast is for you. Because here you'll start to learn how to pause conflict, understand what's happening emotionally, and then respond instead of react. And when you do that, connection starts to feel more possible. Quick note though, this podcast is educational only and isn't a substitute for professional therapy or counseling. If you need individualized support, please consider working with a mental health counselor. Okay, let's dive in. I'm really glad you're here. Welcome back to the Communicate and Connect podcast. This is episode 85. Your intentions aren't the problem, but they're not fixing your relationship either. Hey everyone, I am really excited to be talking about this idea of intention versus impact because it is something that I see every single day in my counseling office here when couples come in hoping to improve their relationship and feel like they can be on the same page and hoping to be a team again. And one of the really common beliefs that people have is that if I didn't mean to hurt you, then you shouldn't be hurt. It doesn't count that you're hurt because I didn't mean to hurt you. And I get it. That does make sense because on one level, if I explain what my true intention is, we would all hope that it would fix the problem and that my partner wouldn't be in pain and then we're not in conflict anymore. So it makes a lot of sense that many people want their partner to understand what their intentions were. But if intentions were the thing that fixed pain, then misunderstandings wouldn't damage relationships. Everybody would be understanding each other's intentions. There wouldn't be hurt anymore. And then boom, conflict would be done, So if it actually worked to share your intentions and that got you out, then I would be all for it. But this isn't what happens in couple relationships because your partner is not in the world of your intention. They are living inside the emotional impact of what happened. It's the emotional impact that they are needing help with. They don't need to know your intentions. And so here is a new framework for you, is you want to respond to the impact first. It's not that your intentions don't count at all, but if you're leading with trying to explain your good intentions, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to just continue to spiral in conflict. And so the first step in responding to the impact is to pause your own defensiveness. Pause that part of you that wants to go into explaining and defending and sharing all those intentions. Just pause. You just got to pause it on the inside. And then you want to reflect on the impact. Can I just listen a little bit? Can I hear how it impacted my partner, what the pain is for them, that they are in pain? Can I just let myself focus on their pain instead of my intentions? Step 3 is to then validate their experience. And you don't necessarily have to validate all of the reasoning or agree with it. You just have to validate that they are, in fact, in pain. And then, after you have acknowledged the pain and the impact that your partner is experiencing, then you could probably share your intentions a little bit later if that is going to help. And if you are going to do that, I would say something like, I didn't mean for it to come across that way, but I can see that the way you heard it was really painful and really hurt something inside of you. So you're acknowledging both because so many people will go into don't feel that way, which is a bit dismissive. don't feel that way because I didn't intend it that way. You got to lean into the impact first. After you have acknowledged the impact, then you can hold and explain and address what your intentions were, but you need to hold both if you're doing that. If you're only focused on the good intentions, it's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, I also want to just have a couple of comments about military life and how military life can really escalate this whole thing, because we have so much stress. Right, so I'm a military spouse from a dual military family, and military life creates extra stress. Stress amplifies our sensitivity to the environment. So I might be more sensitive to tone changes, or to how fast someone is talking, or to shifts in their body language. If you're under stress, you're a little more hypervigilant and focusing on body language and tone changes. You also have so many times where you're distant and separated from your partner, right? If there is a deployment, workups for deployment, training exercise, whatever it is, if you're texting, Facebook Messenger, emailing, the distance creates miscommunication. And the miscommunication can also happen when we're just trying to message quickly back and forth together. And then you also have in those scenarios very short communication windows where everything then holds a lot of extra emotional weight. It's a big deal. If I only have 10 minutes, then what we say to each other in those 10 minutes really matters. If you are experiencing this and you're a military couple going through these, just know that this context will likely enhance the chance of a misunderstanding and a conflict happening. I'm really hoping for you guys, just avoid the intentions. Just go into oh, that must be so hard. I can see how that hurt. If you can't see it, then I can see that you are hurt. Would it be helpful to hear about what I was hoping would come across when I said that? That's something you could do also. Check with your partner to see if that would actually be helpful. So the takeaway homework for this episode, or an action item, something that you can concretely practice, is practice the pause. Pause before you go into explaining your intentions and see if you can reroute yourself to respond to the impact instead of responding with your intention. And if you try it, I'd love to know how it goes. All right, until next time.